Tumeweza kuona hapo last week naibu wa rais Rigathi Gachagua akiwashambulia vikali leaders kutoka Rift Valley kwamba wawache kumuibisha Rais William Samoei Arap Ruto. Kwa wale watu wanapigia kelele, kwa hiyo kimu tunasema kwamba the hecklers. Kwa maoni yako kama mtu ambaye anatoka Mount Kenya, je, ni sawa kumwona Rigathi Gachagua naibu wa rais kuwaongelesha watu kutoka Rift Valley kuhusiana mambo ambayo yanawahusu wao wenyewe?
First of all, sita kujibu na Kiswahili. My Swahili is not that fluent.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is the hustlers, the mama mboga, the mtu wa mkokoteni, the mtu wa pikipiki,
yes,
their communication to the president is just heckling, yeah, or passing a message through shouting. So these people wamekuwa kifinyiliwa for a very long time. And the only way they can communicate to the president to tell him that things are not right at the ground level is when the president goes in their place, they can just take that chance to shout or heckle what is disturbing them. So for me, first thing is that the deputy president and the entire Kenya Kwanza government should understand is the mode of communication from the grassroots people. They are communicating that everything is not okay at the ground level. And another thing I want to tell the deputy president, it is a sign to tell the Kenya Kwanza government and administration that everything they promised Mwananchi has realized it was a lie. So Mwananchi akona ghadhabu, akona hasira mingi sana, na anapowaona ile hasira inampanda because a normal hustler who was buying sugar at 282 kgs, that was about 140 kgs. Today it is 450. That person who was buying that sugar at that time and this time anaingia supermarket ana shop sukari kilo 2 na 440 450, akiona rais lazima alalamike, lazima mwambie vitu haziko sawa, gharama ya maisha umetupandishia na tuwezi kujikimu kimaisha. So what I want to tell the Kenya Kwanza government is that they should take the voice of Mwananchi very serious, try to rectify where things are not right so that the Mwananchi at the ground level can feel represented. And another thing I want to say is that the members of the parliament, they are elected by the people of this country at the ballot paper to go and represent their will, to go and speak on their behalf, to go and represent that person who cannot afford a meal a day, to go and represent that person who cannot afford to pay school fees for his children. And then that person all of a sudden lacks the children, he takes loan, takes the children to school, they lack employment. Another thing, these people are sleeping hungry, they're languishing in poverty. So the only thing they can do is communicate and say, Mr. President, things are not right because our members of the parliament are not working at the ground level. And that's the reason why you see people in Baringo, they might not be speaking to the president, him directly, but they are speaking to the president to know that the members of the parliament, the MCAs, the governor, the senators that you gave us are not represent the people. So the president should not take that information lightly. Should take it very seriously, that the people might not even be having problem with the president, but they might be having the problem with the senator, and they will communicate to the president. The problem with the governor, or the problem with the MCs and the members of parliament, or the women representative. So
does it mean that the leaders that were elected in the Kenya Kwanza coalition, because it reminds me of something that happened in Murang'a County, where the member of Gatanga constituency, that is Honorable Edward Muriu, led the constituents to chase away the KRA officials. Does it mean that the leaders that are elected in the Kenya Kwanza coalition, they are not telling President William Samoei Arap Ruto the truth because they are against the current Finance Act of 2023 that they themselves passed in June last year?
What I'm saying is that totally the Kenya Kwanza MPs, the Kenya Kwanza senators, they have failed Kenyans, not only the people who elected them. Because we always say, we go at the ballot paper, you vote a leader that you want, a leader of your choice. But the leader who is elected by the majority automatically becomes the leader of every person. So when they fail they fail the people that elected them. They are failing Kenyans. I always feel that an MP in Mandera represents the will of a person who is in Starehe constituency, because it's a combination of all those members of parliament to go in parliament and speak one language, the language of Wanjiko, the language of a common citizen, the language of Mama Mboga, the mtu wa boda boda, and the language of the person who cannot afford a meal. That is the work they should be doing. But what we see, there was an housing bill. It came, and Azimio MPs tried to oppose it. We even tried to ask for demonstration when we were demonstrating last year. But what was the Kenya Kwanza MPs and senators saying? They were saying we are disturbing the government, we are not giving the government time. So I feel that these people, who are elected to represent their stomach, they are elected to serve a certain kingdom, not to serve the Mwananchi. Because if you're serving Mwananchi, you will speak the language of Mwananchi. Honestly, I'm a youth politician from Nairobi, but I always feel that when I'm speaking, I should not speak about the people who live in Karen, who live in Kileleshwa, Lavington, or Kilimani. Let me speak the language of that person who is in Mathare, who is in Kibra, who is in Kuru. That person who cannot afford 300 shillings a day, that is the person that I should be speaking his language or her language. Because that is the person who faces the day-to-day challenges in this country. So what I'm saying is that the Kenya Kwanza MPs, the senators, and everybody who was chosen, including the president and the deputy president, they have killed Kenyans entirely. One, Kenyans, most of Kenyans earn below 500 shillings a day. If you're earning 500 shillings a day with the current state of economy, you can't afford a basic needs, and you can't even afford to save anything. For instance, let's take 500 shillings. You are paying a house at 3,000. You are left with, if you are getting 500 shillings a day, it means you are getting a salary of 12,000 a month. You remove your 3,000 rent, that is a person, I'm speaking now, the language of a person who is in Mathare or Kibra. You remain with 9,000. Today, you cannot eat 3 meals without 1,000 bob. So it tells you in a month that person does not get lunch or breakfast. The only meal they get is dinner, or let's call it supper. So what does that tell you? It tells you that the majority of Kenyans are not represented by their members of parliament. Because if an MP walks in a supermarket and finds sugar price at 450, and they continue going in parliament and pass the bill and encourage the president to pressure those bills, that the pinch is only felt by the common Mwananchi, it means now the members of parliament are not speaking the language of Mwananchi. And that is what I'm saying. I am telling our MPs, you have failed Kenyans. That is Kenya Kwanza. Because the Azimio MPs have tried their best. If you look at our senators in Senate, the best senators that speak the will of Mwananchi, the only senators from Azimio. Look at Sifuna. Sifuna is always on the side of Mwananchi. But look at senators from Kenya Kwanza government. They always worship what the president says. So it's their master. If their master tells us them this is right, they don't have an alternative to tell him no, hii itafinyilia Mwananchi. Hapana, they go with what their king tells them.
Okay.
Yes.
So based on whatever you have said, does it mean that the Kenya Kwanza MPs and senators, they are following an order from someone? And who is this person?
Yes, they are following an order from their president. It was very clear when we were trying to oppose the finance bill, 2023.
Yeah.
The president said, na muende mpitishe. I've given you only 1 week to go and pass those bills. That was the president giving directive to the members of parliament. The president has reduced the constitution of this country to his own property. What is there? The constitution of Kenya governs each and every citizen. It doesn't matter you come from Turkana or Marakwet or even the Sugoi, where the president comes, but that constitution covers every person.
Yes.
What the president would have done, would have told the members of parliament, this is the finance bill, this is what I feel as the president I need, go discuss with the common Mwananchi, go discuss with Wanjiko, then give me the report of Wanjiko. But because the president, we have a president who always do his will, not the will of the people. So he decided, now because these people they are the people with authority to pass it or oppose it, what I will do, I will instill fear, I will threaten them, I will tell them go and pass. So president akisimama awambie, na nyinyi wabunge nimewaambia hiyo kitu mimi nataka ipitishwe, nataka kuona ni mbunge mgani atapitisha. What does that president say? Another day the president said mambo ni matatu. If you reject what I'm saying, either upande mbinguni, uende jela, ama utoke nje. What does the president say when he says those three words? He says that I am using an intimidating force to ensure that you will do whatever I want as the president. But what I'm telling the president is that know that the people of Kenya who elected you, they elected you knowing that you will respect the constitution and you will do things according to their will, not according to you. What the president is doing, I'm not saying is bad, because maybe in the knowledge of the president, maybe he thought now by imposing so many taxes to Kenyans will bring benefit. But he would have sent his MPs and tell them, go and discuss with Wanjiko, go and talk to Mama Mboga, go and talk to Mtu Kokoteni, listen their views, come and tell me what these people need. When the president gets the message from Mwananchi, now he can do according to what Mwananchi wants. Yeah.
Okay. Before we finalize, I want to ask you, recently President Ruto assented to the affordable housing bill, and it means like by the end of this month, those who are employed are going to contribute to that particular fund. As a normal citizen, or let me put it this way, as an aspiring leader in Nairobi, because I know that...
But I will be vying for the women rep of Nairobi County.
Yes.
It's not a secret. I will be there. I'll go to Mwananchi, speak to Mwananchi, speak to Wanjiku, speak to Mama Mboga, sell my manifesto to them. If they accept me as their women rep, well and good. But so far, let me say that I am not even the person who came with that idea of vying.
Okay.
Last year during demonstration, every woman disappeared and went. When Baba needed them, they disappeared. I was the only woman who was left there with the young Tabitha.
Okay.
And we really struggled to push the Azimio agenda at that time.
Okay.
So the people of Nairobi told me, Brenda, tunataka usimame kiti ya women representative. And because I have the capability and I have the wisdom to lead these young women and women in Nairobi, why should I not take that position?
So that puts you in a position.
So tell my opponents, my friend, tunakuja sana.
Wangoje moto.
Na nitavai na wananchi najua watanipatia kiti. And me when I'll go to the parliament, trust me, I'll be supporting the will of mwananchi.
Okay, let me ask you this question before we finalize. I was asking you, recently President Ruto assented to the affordable housing bill, and it means that those people who are employed right now, they will be contributing that particular fund. Are you seeing a possibility where these houses that are being constructed by the Kenya Kwanza administration, from where you sit, are you seeing a possibility that the common mwananchi on the ground will get an opportunity to own such houses in the Republic of Kenya?
Wacha nikwambie, and let me say this kwa hawa media wote wenye wako hapa, that the housing bill, it will be the biggest scam to ever happen in the world. I'm telling you, anybody waiting for those houses, my friend, go look for money, hustle, take loans, build your houses at home. It is the biggest scam. There is nothing that is going to happen. There will be no houses. Hizo vitu mnaona zikijengwa ni cinema. Sanamu tu za kuonyesha there is something continuing. There is nothing that is going to happen. And it is going to shock so many people. My friend, hakuna kitu Kenya Kwanza itafanya. There are no houses. I don't still believe that there is somebody with sober mind in this country who knows how this country is controlled, believes and hopes for a house. That must be a mad person. In fact, if you are expecting a house from Kenya Kwanza government, you should go to Magari Mental Hospital and register and become one of their client patients there. If you are waiting a house, hata wewe ni mtu wa media, kama unangoja nyumba ya Kenya Kwanza, my friend, go to Magari Mental Hospital, start taking your medication. It shows that you are insane. Unangoja nyumba itoke wapi? Hizo vitu zinajengwa hapa ni cinema tu. Those are just the structures that will never be completed. You will ask even for those money, hakutakuwa na mtu wa kujibu. Let me ask you for instance, those housing you are told is a project of 15 years. Even if President Ruto gets to power back in 2027 na kuwe president tena.
Yes.
2032 utamtoa wapi kumuuliza brother nililipa pesa. Nataka nyumba utamtoa wapi? Are you a fool? Wewe patia serikali pesa ikule. Mambo ya nyumba achana nayo.
So this
Kikato, that is a scam, my friend.
This problem according to you.
And I can dare anybody who want us to bet. We can bet. In the next 10 years kama utakuwa na hiyo nyumba, come and I will give you 1 million Kenya shillings. At that time, tunaweza andikiana hata na mtu kwa IG. Nimwambie ukipewa nyumba, I will give you this money.
Because
what I'm telling young Kenyans, I know Kenyans, you are very hardworking people.
Yes.
Wewe enda utafute kazi. Go to banks. Our banks are doing very nice jobs.
Yes.
Enda uchukue loan ujijengee nyumba. Hiyo nyumba unangoja ya Ruto, my friend. Hey. Utakaa miaka 30 kama hujaoana ukingoja nyumba. Hivyo wewe kwanza wale vijana wadogo wanasema wanangoja nyumba waoane. Brother, chukua bibi umweke mali utamweka hata kama utamweka kwa nyumba ya mabati.
Because you
hakuna nyumba kama hiyo bwana.
Because you mentioned that the housing program is a scam.
That's a scam. I don't believe it, and the reason why I don't believe it,
yes,
ni kitu president anataka discussiwe sana. Ni kitu iko na vitu mingi, so many questions that are unanswered. I am asking hizo pesa tumelipa za housing bill. Sijakata mimi, I'm just asking mtu kitu moja.
Za affordable housing.
Unalipa nyumba ya hiyo housing bill. Ya affordable housing.
Yes.
Umelipa. Kuna shosho yangu mwenye ako Kirigiti. Unataka kuniambia shosho yangu atatoka Kirigiti mahali bwana yake amezikwa akuje kwa nyumba imejengwa Ruiru mali? Haya. Kuna mtu mwenye kwa hii serikali hana mshahara.
Yes.
Hajawahi ajiliwa na ene qualification. That person serikali bado inasema mwenye anapata pesa anamlipia. What is the criteria that ina equate huyu mtu mwenye hajatoa anything hapate nyumba na mwenye alitoa pesa apate? Wewe uone kuna ukora? It's just a scam. Wewe umetoa pesa utapata nyumba na wewe pia hujatoa umelipua na mwenye ametoa. How is that thing going to work? And another thing,
yes,
kuna mtu amekatwa 2,000 ya kujenga nyumba. Kuna mwingine amekatwa 800. Kuna mwingine amekatwa 200 na kuna mwingine amekatwa chwani. How is that even fair that ujenge 2 bedroom upatie hao watu wote nini? Swali ya mwisho.
Yes.
Umenikata pesa, yes.
Yes.
Nimejenga nyumba. Nirudi ninunue hiyo nyumba. You know, there are things that my friend, if you ask, ukikaa chini tu uulize utajua tu ni ukora. Ukitaka kujua mtu anakukon, don't overreact. Kaa chini uchambue hiyo kitu yake. That the time now you know that affordable housing, it's a total scam.
So
kuna kitu kama hiyo.
Does it make you to be on the side of Peter Munya? Because I remember when they were reviving their party of national unity, that is PNU, he said that somebody somewhere is going to benefit from this affordable housing
hiyo
program.
Ni pesa itakuliwa na watu very few whom I don't know ni nani na nani, but for me nimekwambia ni scam. According to my analysis, there is nothing like that.
Okay.
Hiyo ni kipindi tu.
Okay.
I can call affordable housing kipindi and nothing serious. Okay. Don't expect a house.
Okay.
Yeah.
As we finalize on this particular chapter, please talk to Kenyans about your aspiration as a incoming Nairobi City County Woman Representative.
Before I talk about that, kuna kitu nilikuwa nataka kuongea about your story ya people heckling.
Yes.
I want to advise hecklers. Congratulations, the Hecklers Association of Kenya. You have spoken the will of Mwananchi. You have spoken on behalf of Wanjiku. Hecklers, congratulations. So, I want to tell you, heckler, I know you are mama mboga. I know you are mtu wa boda boda. I know you are mtu wa mkokoteni. Najua unataka kuongea kilicho ndani ya roho yako. I want to tell you 2 things. Enda kwa rally, uheckle, ukijua unaweza kimbia. Because there is a stern warning that Kindiki has given. If you know you can't heckle, na unajua president anakuja area yako, mwache address AP na bodyguard wake. The only way the Hecklers Association can avoid being arrested by Kindiki, pardon all the meetings that the president has called. Because if Kindiki wants to limit you not to communicate what is in your heart, wewe usiende mkutano. Kuna haja gani uteseke ukitafuta chakula ukose hiyo pesa?
Yes.
uteseke ukikata mataxi zenye haziko, alafu sasa ukirudi kwenda kuambia president hapa kuna shida, uwekwe pingu uende kufunguliwa kesi zingine. Honestly, ukijua president ako kwako na wewe uko na hasira na Kenya Kwanza government, lala kwa nyumba my friend. Hiyo si kupika, pikia watoto eka cartoon. Ushinde ukoache cartoon the whole day.
Yes.
Hakuna need uende mkutano alafu urudi uwekwe pingu jioni. There is no need, I don't see any need.
Yes.
Ama kuna haja gani wewe uende mkutano alafu utoke hapo tuende kuchangia pesa yako kutoa ndani? You better sleep. If the president does not want to see people heckling at him, because heckling is also form of communication,
yes,
wacha umwachie address bodyguard wake na AP na wale watu watakuwa wamemleta wabunge au address arudi, because wananchi amekasirika hapa kwa ground. And I want to tell Mr. President, si kwa ubaya, watu wako na hasira kwa ground. What you should do, reduce tax hizi vitu zenye zinaumiza mwananchi. Toa tax ya sukari, toa tax ya sabuni, toa tax ya mafuta ya kupika. Mafuta ya petroli si kupunguza shilingi 3 na shilingi 4. Umetoa mafuta 150, uipandishe ipike 207, alafu tuambie umetoa 7 bob iko 200. Hiyo si ku reduce. Kama una reduce mafuta ya petroli unataka mtu wa boda boda benefit, shukisha tuambie mafuta ni 130. Hakuna mtu ataeko. Mimi I'm telling the president, shukisha mafuta ya petroli fika 130. Sabuni 1 kg natoka 250. Reduce hiyo sabuni kwa vile ilikuwa 150. Mwananchi wa kawaida mwenye anaenda kibarua 300 to 500 shillings akirudi kwa nyumba anapata chakula ya kuwekea watoto wake. There is nobody will echo you. People will be clapping. Because an opposite of heckling in a political rally, it is clapping and cheering. So if you want people to cheer you and clap for you, do the right thing as the president. Na kuna mtu atakuwa na shida na hiyo. And ulikuwa unauliza aje swali ya kuvai?
I was asking you just to maybe to tell you obvious, because I've been following you online, and some people are advising you to run to replace Esther Passaris in 2027. So what can you tell them, maybe in 3 minutes, what you can do for them?
Kitu naweza sema, nitasema kwa ufupi, niseme ya kwamba not that I will be replacing Esther Passaris. I replaced Esther Passaris a very long time ago. Esther Passaris 2023 went to demonstration, she ran in UDA. Naenda kukula pesa ya serikali. Mimi nililetwa nikangangana na shida za wananchi. They gave me their mandate na nikangangana na nikapambana. And they told me, Brenda, you qualify to become our women representative. As we speak today, mimi sijawahi maliza siku 4 sijaingia ground. People call me, Brenda, hapa kuna matanga, hapa kuna mtoto anataka hii na hii na hii. Si kila kitu nitaweka kwa media. There are things that as a woman I will not put in media, because I feel like when I go and help a certain woman, ni kama nitamembarrass in a way. And there is only something I want to say. Watu wenye tunasaidianga watu, na watu wenye unaweza taka kusupport mtu, ainuke, si vitu zote unaweka kwa social media. Unaweza pigiwa na mtu simu akuje na kwambia kuna shida personal, uende umsaidie. Umweke kwa social media, ikuwa hata hujamsaidia, umempea more trauma. Because si kila mtu anajua kuhandle feedbacks za social media. Kama mimi najua natukanangwa na wakalenji, I know that and I have no problem with that. But at first nilikuwa naona hao watu wananivamia sana. So like, but sasa nishazoea hata
like for now you have developed a thick skin.
Sasa hata mtu aseme Brenda ametoa nguo, I have no problem with that. But sasa unaona kuna mtu tena usaidie umweke kwa social media, yeye apate negative comment, aanze kupata ma depression hapo, aanze kukua na low self esteem. So si kila kitu tunaweka kwa social media. But for me, I've been on the ground for so many days. Nimekuwa nikizunguka nikiongea na wananchi, and what I'm doing is that I'm telling my followers and my supporters that I want to know the deep issues of youths. I believe I know some, but pia kuna shida zingine sijui. So nataka youths wajitokeze waniambie, Brenda, tunaweza taka ukikuwa women representative uangalie hapa, uangalie hapa, uangalie hapa. Because for me, I won't lie anybody that I will become a woman representative. I'll be giving you handout. My woman representative, it will be for empowerment. I'll ensure that instead niende kwa ground nipatie mtu shilingi 50 ama 100 ama 200, I better take that person to a tertiary school, aende a learn skill, ndio hiyo skill iweze kumsaidia. Because for instance, tuseme nimechukua watu, as I always do, umepeleka mtu course kidogo, ameenda amelearn mechanic,
Yes.
Huyo mtu hata kama alikuwa anakuomba handout,
yes,
in the next 3 months hata kuomba handout. Huyo mtu ataanza kujitafutia pesa yake kidogo kidogo. So the only thing we can do as leaders na mtu kama mimi, to empower the people of Nairobi, it is ensuring that the youths that hawana job na wana skills, umewapeleka shule, they have learned skills na wanaweza kujitafutia kivyao. Giving somebody 100 shillings or 50 form ndio kuchagua, it is wrong and it is absolutely wrong. What we should be doing is empower that person, because I feel saa zingine naweza taka nikiingia Dandora hivi nisikie vijana wakiniambia Brenda leo tuachie unga. No. Yes. I want to feel that nimeingia kwa ground, vijana wananiambia mwesh ni ati sukae chini nikununulie chai, nikununulie kahawa. That is what empowerment means. It means that nimekuempower pia wewe uko na pesa yako kwa mfuko. Yes. And that is what all leaders should be doing. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Brenda Kangai. That is Brenda Kangai, who is also an incoming woman representative for Nairobi City County.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.